The gas.
From the historic stage where George Washington once slept, it's the Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn. Tonight, wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin and actor Billy Zane. Please turn down the bed for Mr. Craig Kilborn.
Welcome to your Late Late Show. My name is Craigers, and rarely do we have groups in, but you're here on a magical night. We have a group, the employees of Jerry's Liquor Store from Surfside, Mississippi. And if you're from Mississippi, it means only one thing. You guys love the monologue jokes, don't you? Well, listen to this. Jean-Claude Van Damme is behind a bill in Beverly Hills that would require all furs sold to carry a tag saying the animal might have died by, quote, electrocution, clubbing, or stomping. Okay? Ironically, a similar bill is being proposed in Hollywood would require Van Damme's movies to carry a warning saying this film, quote, sucks, bites, or blows. The Van Damme warning label. Actually, just to keep you updated, that's what we do. The fur labeling bill was voted on last night, and it didn't pass. Yeah, which is good news for Ed Asner. Otherwise, he'd have to wear a warning label. Very hairy Ed, yeah. Hey, Kmart is recalling 40,000 gas grills because they are a fire hazard. Yeah. The grills explode when lit, usually blowing the person lighting it into thousands of tiny pieces. So if this has happened to you, you're in luck. Kmart promises a full refund. And finally, Emilio Estevez today. It's his birthday. He turns 37, and sadly, so is the balance in his checking account. Emilio says he spends his days choosing between rolls, usually opting for a cinnamon bun at Starbucks. Are you ready for tonight's show? We have so many good shows. Our year anniversary is coming up in a couple days, but this one might be the best show we've ever done because we have a champion here from the WWF, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also from an ABC miniseries called Cleopatra, the very sexy Billy Zane is here. And I don't use the word sexy very often. Billy is sexy. You guys know about some of my dreams. I open up on the show. I'm honest with you people. I want to be on Bold and Beautiful. I audition. I'm on Bold and Beautiful. It's going to be on June 18th. Then it was going to be the miniseries Joan of Arc, and I auditioned. It was a train wreck. I butchered it Monday night, my audition here on the show. But I hit a home run last night as an argumentative king, and I think you'll see me probably Sunday on that miniseries Joan of Arc. Now, Stone Cold Steve Stone he has a part on Nash Bridges this Friday as a cop, okay? Do you guys remember I auditioned last week and I didn't get one call from the Nash people? Remember that? I was good. I was playing a villain, and I gave great auditions. I was ignored by the producers, and I gave them the sinister laugh. I gave them the villain. I gave them the villain wordplay. Okay, remember burn bridges? I gave them that stuff. Okay, so I'm angry, but I want to make it productive. So I'm going to, one more time, audition for Nash Bridges as the villain, and I'm going to add another layer. Okay, this has never been done before. I'm going to add what we call the villain snap. This is anger. I'm going to lose it, and then I'm going to go right into that evil laugh in a span of 2 seconds. Okay, unbelievable range. No one's done it. Maybe De Niro 10 years ago could have done this. Okay? So here we go. We're going to go word play. I'm going to reference a minor character. Listen for that, Nash Bridges. And then I'm going to finish with emotional range, starting with a complete psychological breakdown, extending into sort of a fiendish glee. I hope this works. This is all out. I'm going all out tonight. Don't tell me about the character played by Cheech Marin. It's Nash Bridges who has crossed one bridge too far. I think it's time we cross bridges off the list of the living. Maybe they have a point by not calling me. I don't know. Let's check the news. Here we go. Very important.
In the News is brought to you by Death in a Dumpster. If you like death and you like dumpsters, you'll love Death in a Dumpster.
Our top story, protesters in Beijing continue to demonstrate outside the U.S. Embassy in China.
The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. Hi-ho, the merry-o, the farmer in the dell.
And anxious U.S. Ambassador John Sasser took a cameraman on a tour of the besieged embassy as it was being stoned. Experts say Sasser would be in grave danger were it not for the curtains. Sasser expressed concern that if the Chinese crowds become more violent, they may strike with their most destructive weapon, an unusually big rock. Though in an embarrassing admission, it was later revealed that most of the embassy windows were smashed by errant NATO rocks. Ambassador Sasser was able to leave the battered embassy building yesterday. The good news is that Sasser saw his shadow, so that means there'll be only 6 more weeks of communism. And there's more. U.S. businesses in Beijing are beginning to feel the heat from the ongoing protests over the destruction of the Chinese embassy in Yugoslavia. Things have gotten so out of hand that the local Coca-Cola plant in Beijing has been completely covered with pee-pee. Well, bedwetters and future sociopaths around the country are lining up to get tickets to the premiere of the new Star Wars movie. Asked if he was concerned about the film's disappointing reviews, the guy said, "What could be more disappointing than the events in my life that led to me waiting in this line?" On hand for the sale, the first ticket was none other than Mark Hamill, who said through a plate glass window, "That'll be $8.50, sir." Tickets for the first showing sold out in just 15 minutes. Industry experts say it's the fastest sellout since REM recorded Shiny Happy People. In police brutality trial in New York, Haitian immigrant Abner Louima was unable to identify one of the 2 policemen accused of brutalizing him with a toilet plunger. in a police station bathroom. Louima could only describe the officer as 2 feet 6 inches tall with a long wooden handle and wearing a red rubber hat. In Omaha, Nebraska, police found 1,000 pounds of marijuana in an 18-wheeler truck. In a related story, a half day without pot for Woody Harrelson. Police said they felt sorry for the guy they found in the back of the truck who was transporting all the marijuana in his colon. Cable providers in Omaha are already predicting record low ratings this month for the Cartoon Network. And that's not all. Concert goers leaving last night's Fish concert in Omaha were overheard saying, "What the hell was that?" Treasury Secretary Robert Rubin unexpectedly announced his retirement this morning. President Clinton said he will miss Rubin because the two worked well together and because Rubin's wife is very attractive. In keeping with Secretary Rubin's unique formula for economic forecasting, his replacement will be a dartboard. Over in always newsy Russia, Boris Yeltsin, facing possible impeachment, fired his prime minister today. Despite the turmoil the firing has caused, a spokesman for Yeltsin assured reporters that Yeltsin wanted them to know he is flying high and feeling no pain, adding that the Russian president loves you guys and that you guys are the best.
And now it's time for tonight's Web TV Monica Lewinsky Joke of the Day.
Former presidential advisor Monica Lewinsky was a guest on Saturday Night Live last weekend. Monica's appearance proved that old adage, the TV camera does add 75 pounds.
That was tonight's Monica Lewinsky Joke of the Day. Brought to you, as always, by Web TV.
In an effort to boost sagging ratings, CBS has announced it's making some changes to the evening news with Dan Rather. Up first, a change in the name of the show, which will now be called the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Tracy Lords. Sotheby's auction house in New York plans to sell 14 love letters from reclusive author J.D. Salinger to Joyce Maynard, a former lover. Not much is known about the contents of the romantic letters, except that Salinger liked to get it on. Finally, during this last week, back in 1869, a golden spike was driven in Utah, marking the completion of the first transcontinental railroad. The railroad created a way for people to get together who had met having telegraph sex. And there's your news.
Oh, that felt good. I'm just reflecting on a job well done. Actually, who am I kidding? That wasn't my best work. It was good, even great, but not my best. Maybe I shouldn't write everything myself. Maybe I should hire a writer. Yeah, wonder if Stone Cold Steve Austin can write comedy. Judging by that red leather vest he wears, I'd say yes. I'll ask him in person coming up right after this.
The Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn celebrates its one-year anniversary on the CBS television network on May 14th at 12:30 a.m. Scheduled to appear, Elizabeth Hurley, Shirley Knight, Greg Kinnear, Leona Helmsley, Rich Little, British hypnotist Paul McKenna, Amy Carter and Hutting Carter, the Statler Brothers, Edward Mulhare, actor Scott Glenn, and Rodney Allen Rippey. Happy birthday to us.
The Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn, sponsored by new Tartar Control Listerine. What brushing starts, Listerine finishes.
My first guest tonight is quite simply huge. He's one of the giants in the pro wrestling phenomenon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WWF Champion, Stone
is Stone Cold Steve Austin. How you doing? I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Boy, yeah, that's not since Hugh Hefner did the show did we have that kind of reaction. That is this going to happen throughout? Are these your people? Are these?
I guess some of them are, definitely.
Now, walk me through it. I used to watch pro wrestling a lot when I was growing up in Minnesota, and Minnesota's a big place. They had Gene Okerlund was from there, and Vern Gagne and all those guys.
Minnesota's a big wrestling place.
Yeah,
Very good.
but you're the champ for what wrestling?
World Wrestling Federation.
The WWF.
WWF,
And who
number
owns
one.
that? Who owns that? Is that
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon?
Right.
And what's the one Ted Turner has?
That'd be World Championship Wrestling.
And that's Nitro?
Yeah, Nitro.
Okay, and is that, you guys are better than those guys, right?
Well, if you look at the ratings, we pretty much blow them away every week.
Yeah. Now, where is Hulk Hogan still wrestling?
Down in WCW.
What is he like? Is he like 63 years old or how?
I don't know how old he is, but the other day I saw him picking up a new walker. And, no, I give the guy a lot of credit, but yeah, we're number one, they're number two, they're a distant second. They're not even close. Their creativity, everything they do is second rate compared to what we do, and that's pretty much the bottom line.
Right.
Right.
And now your name, tell me how you got your name, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It came up a while back when I first came to the World Wrestling Federation. They initially called me the Ringmaster. I'd been off for a while because with the tricep injury. And they called me and offered me a job, and they said, hey, you'll be the Ringmaster. And after about 6 months of that, I said, that's horrible.
You didn't like the Ringmaster?
Well, what do you think?
No,
Right.
that's like...
So I came up with this concept for the Stone Cold deal of watching an HBO special off serial killers. which,
Serial killers?
Yeah, that's kind of what gave me the idea. So I'm not endorsing a serial killer in any way, shape, or form. That's what spawned the idea. I couldn't come up with the name or put my finger on it, so finally my ex-wife was from England, and she was making me a cup of hot tea, and she said, well, yeah, don't worry about it, because I was pretty frustrated. She goes, go ahead and drink your tea before it gets stone cold. And she says, that's your name, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's how I came up with it.
Oh, you better pay her some money.
I just did.
That's good. So, yeah, wait a second. You have to come up with your own nickname, or your ex-wife has to come up? Why don't they have people that help you come up with
Well,
this?
you know, all the creative there tries to come up with a bunch of good names. But, when you try to look at it, and, you got to think of marketing, merchandising. Down the road, the future, a name is everything. When you attach
Right.
your name to a shirt, T-shirts, all that stuff, it's an important piece of business. So.
Is your last name really Austin?
No.
Now, the Steve Austin, the last thing I want you to do is yell at me, but I'm a big fan of yours. I know Steve Austin as the $6 million man. That's Steve Austin. Now, do you like him? Is he a hero of yours?
You know what happened on that? When I first went to, I started wrestling in Dallas, Texas. Then when I went to Memphis to start, the guy didn't even know I was showing up at the building. He said, well, what's your name? I said, oh, I'll give him my name. He said, well, you can't be that here. And I said, why not? He says, well, you just can't. And he says, okay, you're Steve Austin. I used to watch the $6 million man, so I said, well, I want to be Steve Austin. He goes, okay, you got 15 minutes to come up with a name. He comes back, he says, what'd you come up with? I said, nothing. He goes, okay, you're Steve Austin. I said, I don't want to be Steve Austin. He says, you got 5 minutes to come up with a name. He came back in 5 minutes, he said, what'd you come up with? I said, I didn't come up with anything. He goes, okay, you're Steve Austin. That's how I got that part of it. Yeah.
So you'd go off, okay, all right. There is a young lady who is a wrestler named Sable. We have a shot of her. Now, she's a wrestler, right?
I wouldn't call her that.
No?
No.
But here's my question. Is she in the same league you guys
Yeah,
are?
she's in the World Wrestling Federation.
Now you are the best, right?
Well,
you're number one. You're the champ.
I'm doing real well right now in our organization, yeah.
I think a guy like you should be with her. I mean, she's beautiful. Now not knowing...
I think you definitely have a personality conflict there.
You guys would?
Yeah, definitely.
Is she a bad... I don't know. Is she bad? Is she a
Well,
bad
I don't know.
person?
I haven't talked to her in probably about a year, so I imagine she's probably a nice person. I'm so busy, I just kind of stay to myself.
All right, I'm just saying you're like the quarterback of the high school football team. You should get the top cheerleader. You should get Sable if that's what she is, right?
Well, you could look at it that way.
Right.
Good.
She's nice to you, right?
I guess I haven't talked to her in over a pretty good while.
Well, we have her on the phone right now. I'm just kidding. Stay with us. We'll come back and play 5 questions with Stone Cold.
And now, tonight's Late Late Show trivia question. Which 20th century philosopher had the best table manners? A. Ayn Rand, B. Jean-Paul Sartre, C. Ludwig Wittgenstein, or D. Bertrand Russell? The answer when we return. And now, the answer to tonight's Late Late Show trivia question. If you said D, Bertrand Russell, you were correct. Here, once again, Craig Kilborn.
Welcome back. Look who's here. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Steve, I know a lot of the WWF wrestlers watch the Late Late Show, and you guys know that I've been auditioning for Nash Bridges, and I wanted to play a villain, and they haven't called me. Now I don't know if you stole my role. What is the role?
I don't think I stole your role. I can't believe that you haven't been successful in getting a role as a villain, because I saw what you did a while ago, and I thought, with the limited time I've had in Hollywood, you were top notch.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. What is the role you're playing on Nash Bridges?
I'm a guy named Jake Cage, a little cop. Bends a few rules, yeah. A cop. I'm a cop.
Wow,
right.
That's cool.
So if you and me like hooked up and I busted you for being a villain,
right?
What a good piece of business that could
be. That would be
ratings right through the roof.
Through the roof.
Big.
Here is Steve in action as the cop.
I'll tell you why. Because Antwerp Airport was closed yesterday due to ground fog all over the Benelux region.
You taped the Weather Channel?
Well, just the highlights.
So they did think she was coming in yesterday.
And the reason we didn't find the car is because they're holding him until she shows up with the ice.
That's very sagacious and astute of you, Jake.
Well, hey, it was your edification, man.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Let me ask you, do you think you could stretch and maybe play a cop gone bad?
Ooh, man, stretch.
I
can try.
I want you to try. Stone Cold is going to try now to play kind of a villain, a cop gone bad. And
I don't know if I can do that prep like you did a while ago, but I
didn't
wing
work. It didn't work, yeah.
I was impressed.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? For you?
Truly, I was impressed.
Well, you're easily impressed.
Okay.
Right. Action. Right there.
Ah, come on, Bridges. Don't tell me you never took a little something for yourself, man. You think I can afford this yacht on a cop's salary? Do you? Now let's take that little swim.
That's the quote right there, right? Wow. It's time for 5 questions for Stone Cold. Start with geography. You're from Texas.
Right.
What northern Texas town shares the name of a famous French city?
Paris.
That is correct. Paris, Texas. Category is literature. What Chile, Truman Capote crime book was turned into a movie?
In Cold Blood?
That is correct. Better appetizer, onion rings or cheese fries?
Oh, hell, you got to go with the onion rings, man.
That is correct. Use the words whoop ass and Vince McMahon in a sentence.
It's always fun to open up a hell of a can of whoop ass on Vince McMahon.
I want you to be honest on this last one.
Honest as I can be.
Finally, when you lose a match, do you ever go home and cry?
All right. Yes.
That is correct. you. Thank you for opening up, because I knew you did.
Yeah.
I knew you went home and cried, but you never lose. Once in a while.
It's been known to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
I had a good time. Thank you for having me.
Big hand for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Welcome back. We're going to meet Billy Zane, but first, let's take a moment for us. Getting to work today, they tell me we're heavy in the show, and a moment for us can only be 15 seconds long. That's the kind of pressure I live under, but I still think I can make you laugh in 15. We're down to what, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open for business. You will remember my next guest is Kate Winslet's obnoxious fiancé in the very popular film Titanic. He also stars as Mark Antony in the upcoming ABC miniseries Cleopatra, May 23rd.
Everything I could ever want, everything I could ever treasure is right here with you. I give myself to you, my queen.
Superstar Billy Zane.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing the show.
Thanks for having
What
me.
are you sporting right now? It's kind of a khaki Ralph Lauren look, or what is it?
Ironically, I don't know if there's something in the cosmos, but this is the Steve Austin collection, I think. You remember the show? He always had the cuffs. I was in there just going, it's the $6 Million Man gear.
Yeah, it is. It looks
I
good.
didn't know I was going there, but it's appropriate.
Now, this miniseries, Cleopatra, is it's not as big as the CBS miniseries Joan of Arc, obviously. It's more like the Noah's Ark, the NBC thing, but it is a big. It's a big miniseries.
I beg to differ, my friend. They're touting it as the largest television outing, and they're like naming the 10,000 extras, 7,000 horses,
Oh, you mean
million, I mean,
people watching, or what was there when they
what
filmed
was there
it?
when they did it? No, it's mammoth, It's when you shoot in Morocco, I guess you have the opportunity to pepper your set with what looks like a lot of extras whose repertoire is basically 4, which is yay, or against, which is no. And they're very good at it. If you ever have an epic you need to shoot, I highly recommend.
That's the place to go.
Yes.
We're shooting our anniversary show right here on Friday. And you're invited down, and any of the extras that you know, because you know a lot of.
Cool. I brought a few back, and we're all kind of hanging out, so I'd be glad to.
And tell us about Cleopatra, the young lady.
Leonor Varela.
Her name is.
Leonor Varela.
And she's beautiful.
She's exquisite.
There she is.
A hello.
Wow.
And a super talent. It was interesting the search for the role. They wanted to cast someone who is. Relatively unknown to American audiences, because they wanted you to follow the character and believe that this is the Queen of Egypt as opposed to, I don't know, Julia Roberts,
Right.
And it really works, She's awesome. There's no, aphrodisiac-like talent. And
Now she, the director warned you. You're playing the role that Richard Burton played in the movie Cleopatra, which is kind of daunting, isn't it?
Certainly, he's awesome.
He's a great actor.
He is.
He also was married. There he is. There's Richard. He fell in love with Liz Taylor, who played Cleopatra.
Yeah.
And what did the director tell you about your leading lady?
He basically, there was a bit of a cautionary tale there. He forewarned that playing these two, doomed lovers who are dying for love there's something in the air. Whether it's the desert wind, I don't know. But
and did you listen to him?
No, not at all. It was.
Now, what does that mean?
It's.
You guys then know each other still?
We hang out. We date. It's no. We're.
Are you dating?
We're hooked. Yeah, just starstruck. glad you approved.
Tell me at least, Billy, that you waited until after the filming.
We actually did, and the I guess sexual tension or the chemistry, it percolates as a result. I guess once we knew we were kind of in the mix, and this was happening, we decided to hold off, which may be a little old-fashioned, but it worked for the work, certainly. And when you see it, I guess we saw the film for the first time last week. It's kind of funny knowing that going in, what was kind of crackling under the surface, certainly on the surface. So it's exquisite. She's great,
Yeah.
Cool girl.
You're doing very well with your little khaki pants. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Now, you are kind of a positive guy. Tell the people about your website.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically. Why is that funny? No, it's a good news website that we're building.
It's called the Good News website?
GN Now, goodnewsnow.com. And it's under construction, and it's basically just that. It's good news stories, treaties, truces, vaccines, heroics, breakthroughs. And it's an antidote form of programming against a lot of the news that you find. I mean, it's funny, you have Jack Valenti down in Congress defending films and music and video games due to the current rash of violence that's going on with the kids in our country. But what seems to be overlooked, I think, is perhaps some of the most damaging influence is the news as we know it.
News is very negative.
It is. It keynotes our day 3 times a day. It tells us this is your world, this is your reality, and it's all really depressing. And I think it's really kind of damaging to only take that on.
Billy, can I don't know how well the website's doing if you're just starting. Can I offer you something for the website?
Please, bring it on.
Okay, I'm going to give something that I think is very uplifting. I'm going to give you, it's a 10-second message.
Fantastic.
And this is it for your website.
My name's Craig. I'm self-deprecating. I just want to be your friend.
Yeah, I think that's, that's positive.
Thank you. It is positive.
I think.
Well, I'll tell you what. Indeed. Bravo. You can do the weather for us, because we're only going to have good weather.
Okay. I think
Barbados, 83.
I'm probably going to end up being a weatherman at some point, so that's fine.
Well, if you don't get cast on, Nash or
Nash Bridges,
any of the other.
I am ready now for you to guess the movie, and you're playing for. We're going to put 20 seconds on the clock. Instead of a Late Late Show T-shirt, the stakes are raised. Look what you're playing for.
Oh man.
That's Stone Cold, baby.
I'm stone cold ready.
Okay, 20 seconds on the clock. Name this movie still.
One from the Heart.
That's Shelley Long. I'll give you a hint. That's Shelley Long. Henry Winkler.
Two from the Heart. Henry Winkler. The hero. Something about the hero. Wrestling movie?
No, and it was, who was the other person? Michael Keaton was in it. His first movie. Cannot accept
Oh, he was a coroner.
Yeah. It's called Night Shift. Yeah, it's too late. That's okay. You know
terrible.
what?
Ron Howard, I can tell you all about it.
Yeah. Guess what?
Okay.
This is the kind of guy I am, Mr. Positive.
I only get one?
Yeah, that's
There's
it.
only one movie?
Yeah. Yeah, the first guest gets 5 questions, and you get the 20-second movie thing.
Boy, I feel pretty lame.
Well, the shirt's going to look great
Thanks
with the
for having me.
khakis.
I'll wear it.
Okay.
With the Steve Austin collection.
Big hand for Billy Zane. We're right back. Hey, stay right there.
Don't forget the Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn's 1-year anniversary special on May 14th at 12:30 a.m. Scheduled to appear Chef Craig Claiborne, Gore Vidal, Pele, of Siegfried and Roy, Siegfried Krebs, Sally Jesse Raphael, Cody Gifford, obscene balloon animal sculptor Dr. Poppy, and Norm Crosby. It's going to be a special celebration.
Welcome back. One of the compliments I always get is simply being at ease during my show and comfortable here in the beautiful set. Well, there's a reason. During every commercial break, I do a ritual that grounds me. And I didn't have time in the last break to do it, so I'm going to do that ritual right now to get the inner peace back.
Craig will be waiting, time after time.
I feel so much better. Do you guys feel so much better? Back to the hard news. Now a follow-up on the story of Amy Fisher's parole, which we brought to you exclusively 2 nights ago. Joining us live via satellite from his LA area auto body shop in his first interview since Amy's release yesterday, or 2 days ago, it's Joey Buttafuoco, Amy's former lover. Joey, thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
To be honest with you, honestly, I'm real angry.
Wow. Well, thank you for being honest. And you're angry. How about your kids?
My family is upset. My children are upset and frightened.
Kids upset too. I'm sure you're a terrific dad. What's got them so upset?
Because the person who tried to kill their mother walked out of jail today 7 years before she should have. I have a real problem with that.
Yeah, true, good point. 7 years early. You know, you were honest with me, let me be honest with you. I bet she's got a 7-year itch. And I'll bet you'll be scratching it probably by Friday, okay? Joey, let's get serious again. We hear so much about your temper. Are you controlling that?
I can't even go there. Nobody wants to know my wrath in this thing, nobody. I'm telling you what.
Okay, Joey, let's talk closure. After a tragedy, it's important to move on. It's important to have what we call closure. Do you think that's ever going to happen for you?
I'll never have closure to this, never. I will never have closure to this, never. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it.
Okay? Joey, let's change the subject. What do you think about NATO's bombing in Kosovo?
I'm really angry. I really, really am. I'm very, very upset.
Okay. All right. And finally, can you do an oil change in 6 minutes?
Don't ever forget it. Ever.
Big hand for Joey Buttafuoco. Moving on. We'll be right back after this.
Got enough money to retire? Sean didn't till he started a 401k plan for his company. Do you have one? Guarding
Everybody.